As the great Nikola Tesla once said, in order to understand the secrets of the universe, we need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be speaking about the 5 things you need to let go of in order to instantly raise your vibration. What I'm going to do right now is show you a chart which comes from a book called Power versus Force by the great Dr. David Hawkins. Now, as you can see, at the bottom of the scale, there are emotions such as shame, guilt, grief, fear. When we experience these lower emotions, it keeps us in a sense of lower vibratory levels. As we go up the scale and eventually we get to a point of neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, and love, that's when things start to change in our lives. So when we are consistently conscious of the thoughts that we have, our whole entire life will start to change. The idea behind this is, in order to move up these scales, the most important thing you need to realize is forgiveness. If we do not forgive, we can never get out of these lower forms of emotion. We hold on to the emotion that we are feeling guilt, that we are feeling anger, that we are feeling shame. What we need to realize is that sometimes we are not in charge of these feelings. Sometimes people do things to us that we don't understand because we're not seeing it from a perspective that they're coming from. People have grown up in different ways. They've come from bad childhoods. People have come from a place of desperation. And often in times, people do things to us that we don't actually understand or realize is only coming from their perspective. The same goes with us. We come from a place of emotion, and sometimes we act on that emotion. What we need to understand is that sometimes we come from that emotion from a bad point in our lives, where we do things that we don't quite understand, and sometimes it takes self-forgiveness. Let's say someone stole from you. This person stole from you from experiencing a lower emotion of what they were thinking to get to a point where they physically had to take something from you. Now, although it may not seem like they did something wrong, they felt like they really needed it from you. They are experiencing these lower emotions, and it's put them into a state where they need to take something from someone who has more than them. Now, what we can do is we can either hold on to that lower emotion and not want to be around that person, or what we can try do is think from their perspective and to think why they would have wanted to take something from someone else. Maybe they are coming from a point of desperation. So that whole put yourself in someone else's shoes, yes, it does work both ways, but sometimes people feel like they have no choice and they are coming from a point of desperation. Unless we actually forgive, we are probably going to hold on to that energy pattern, and those things are going to repeat themselves. The same thing happens with a narcissistic relationship, for instance. When we are abused by a narcissist and we don't heal from the inside, we will create and draw narcissists towards us and we will bring them into our current reality because we are holding on to that energy. When you hold on to an energy and say, I don't want something, it's going to happen. When you don't let go of something, forgive and learn from something, the situation tends to repeat itself. So that's the universe telling you what to do. So that's the first point I would like to make. Number two is letting go of victimization when it comes to labels. Very often what we do as a human species is we put ourselves into a box. For instance, I was diagnosed with Asperger's last year, and because I have battled with a couple things growing up, what I did was I put myself in this little box and I forgot about consciously thinking about the things that I was able to to do. I put myself in a position where I was saying to myself that I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that, and I was physically putting myself in that place where I wasn't able to achieve what I wanted to. We are often made to think things through media, through Hollywood, a lot of different things, social media even. We look at Instagram and straight away we start comparing ourselves and making ourselves feel like we are not worthy of certain things in our lives. Now, to become conscious of these thoughts, what we need to do is start realizing, is this thought something that makes me a better person, or is it something that victimizes me and puts me in a box? This is probably one of the best things to do, to let go of those lower emotions, is to stop comparing yourself to everything and everyone around you. You are your own person. If I had to compare myself to everyone that I know, my mentors, for instance, they have a very big following on YouTube. I have, the last time I looked, 57 followers. I have 57 subscribers. It doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It means that I'm growing. I'm getting to a place of expansion. And if I kept on thinking that I was a failure and kept on thinking that I was not worthy of anything, I will keep myself in that lower vibratory level and those lower emotions. I will never get to the top if I keep on thinking that I have failed before I've even gotten there. When we become aware of the thoughts that we think, we let go of all the labels and we actually become completely conscious of what we are thinking. So is this thought serving me, or is it serving me in a good energy, or is it serving me in a bad energy? What I realized is that I am in control of my thoughts. Everyone has a certain amount of thoughts per day, and you are in control of what you have in your mind. So if you're constantly thinking bad things about yourself, you are going to put yourself in that state of a low level vibration, and you are never going to expand that awareness or that consciousness and grow to a level that you want to grow, because you're keeping yourself in a state of fear. Number 3, nutrition and how it benefits your body. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a personal trainer, so I see this happening very often, that people start out on a really good track, and then all of a sudden they fall off because it's really difficult in the beginning, because all the tasty things in life are the things that are not nutritious to our bodies. So what happens is, in the beginning, we start letting go of the things that we really enjoy that actually don't benefit our bodies whatsoever, but we keep on consuming them because they give us temporary happiness. Now that's the thing with life, is things happen so quickly in life that we don't realize that they're actually doing damage to our lives. Things that are quick, things that are fast, things that are easy, things that are cheap, are things that don't usually benefit our lives. When we have to put effort to make things happen, that's where we actually see the real value in life. So what happens with things like chocolates and stuff, they hold no nutritional value. We put them into our bodies, they make us feel really good in the beginning, and then what happens is we have a complete dip, and we don't really understand what our bodies are doing. So what you need to think about is, when you have a meal, how does it make you feel afterwards? Not straight away. How does it make you feel an hour afterwards, 2 hours afterwards, 3 hours afterwards? Is it connecting with your body? Is it growing whatever you need to support in your body? Is it helping your cells? Are you consuming living food, or are you eating things that are actually toxic for your body? Just have a look at the ingredients. You will see, same thing with water. Be conscious of what you're putting inside of your body, because essentially what you eat is going to become part of yourself. And if you're going to be consuming things with no nutritional value, guess what? Nothing is going to work in the inside, so nothing is going to work on the outside. Your brain's not going to be functioning properly, your organs, as well as your inner self. Your soul's not going to be happy with empty calories and really disgusting, toxic food that you probably wouldn't be eating if you were pregnant, for those ladies who are watching. The fourth thing I want to speak about is letting go of people that do not bring you up. This is a very important one because in today's society, many people are very negative, and we tend to stay around people that actually rip us to pieces. And this is because we are not powerful ourselves. Now, if you can do the first 2 steps of what I've just spoken about, you can get through this. You can take back your power. It is okay to speak to these people and be completely honest and tell them how you feel. How they react will also show what type of people they are. Maybe they are people who need some help, just like you did, just like I did, just like many people did. And perhaps you can share what you've learned from this video, or you can share your story to help them. How they react is how they are on the inside. It's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. So please walk away from those relationships. Stay around and be around people that lift you up, that make you feel good, motivate you, and make you feel like you are a winner. Do not stick around people, relationships, jobs that make you feel like you are wasting your life. Number 5 is to be aware of things that you watch on television and things that you listen to. Okay, so I'm not talking about all of the music. Like, I love rock, for instance, and like, it's pretty hard sometimes, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop listening to rock, because rock is really amazing. Listen to the words within the songs. Listen to the type of music that they're releasing nowadays is of a really low vibrational frequency. For instance, the vibrational frequency of an orchestra is really high. It's really great. But the music that they're releasing today has no substance whatsoever, a lot of our music. So start being aware of what you're listening to, what you're watching on TV. For me, I don't watch the news. I think the news is the worst thing to watch. And many people, even myself growing up, my grandparents, my mom, my stepfather, they used to wake up first thing in the morning or at 8 o'clock at night, and they used to watch the news. Firstly, the news is going to start off your day or end your day. You don't want to end it with bad news. And most of the things that we do see on television are coming from false sources, and it's there to manipulate you and mind control you with repetition. So what you're doing is you're constantly hearing something reported over and over and over again. The same story, it's just told slightly different, and it's a repetitive thing in your mind. Be careful of what you're consuming on TV. Reality TV, for instance, too. For instance, there is the show on TV about porn stars, like, not porn stars, but like they come in and they trade goods for money. And whenever people come in, whether the show is fake or not, you can see for yourself. That was a wink, by the way. Can't wink. So when you watch those shows, they automatically are in a fight energy. They're already in a negative energy because it's entertainment. So what you're watching is someone's negative reaction to something. So you're watching them get angry. You're watching them react. And these are things that you are going to pick up, because the state that you are in when you're watching TV is an alpha state. You are basically absorbing everything that you are watching. So make sure that everything you are consuming with your ears and watching with your eyes is something of substance and value. Another thing I just want to mention, I'll quickly add this on here, is exercise as well as meditation. Meditation as well as exercise make you come into a state of inner love. It makes you come to a state of, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this to keep my body and my mind healthy. Especially with meditation. I never believed in meditation. I thought it was very strange the first time I did it. I was like, this is a bit weird, like I don't really feel much, and I still feel that sometimes, but I'm working on it. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, literally just sitting in complete silence, listening to your thoughts, observing your thoughts, and realizing that you can be in control of what you think. That is the whole secret to meditation, is going inward. Exercise, really great. Like I said, I'm a personal trainer. I think it's one of the best things to keep you mentally happy. So if you can apply these principles, I guarantee you will raise your vibration to a state where you are going to attract what you want in life. When we resonate on a scale of 500 or more, so when you resonate from a place of love, the law of attraction and the universe starts giving back to you. I'm going to do a video on what's been happening to me these past 2 to 3 weeks, and very strange occurrences, and I feel like I'm going into, or I am in that vibration already. So from me to you, I hope you have a lovely week. Blessings and namaste.